Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Angel. I was 13 years old when I gave up on having the love of my mother. You know, I I was 13 when I developed an eating disorder, I guess you would say. And I had that eating disorder from the time I was 13 to about 4 months ago. And I believe that it was a self-inflicted eating disorder because the way my mom is, she always says that white people, that's a white people's disorder, like black people don't have eating disorders. So maybe as a child, I believe that if I did, have this, maybe she might care. I knew I couldn't be the sad one because my sister, like that was her thing, she was sad. So I tried to make myself sick, you know, trying to get her to notice me, trying to get her to be there for me, I guess. And then it just got so bad. It got real bad. I just went to school with I went to school with a bunch of white girls. They were all like double size zeros and stuff. So then like that added to it. Then as I got older, I realized that black men, white men, only like me because the way I talk, the way my body is, Like I'm not thick like a black girl, but I'm not skinny like a white girl, And the way God healed me wasn't a normal healing. Like he touched me and I was healed because I was able to do the work and the process of actually healing myself, but it was hard. It was like he was trying to show me what I was doing to myself, but I couldn't see it because my mind was so used to just doing it, And I swore I had control of it because it was just like I only did it during the times, like during the 3 or 4 days I was on my period. So I didn't have a problem, right? It was just habit. But that's not true. It was like the more I thought I had control of it, the more I lost control. And God showed me what I was doing to myself, how I was hurting myself. Like when I was talking about like I lost 30 pounds in a month, it's because I could not stop. Like every time I thought about food, every time I ate, I threw up. And it just got so bad that I was just throwing up every day, all day for 30 days straight. And what is so beautiful about that is like, I still didn't notice that it was a problem. And I didn't realize what my mind was doing to me. Like I used to see myself, right? And I saw myself bigger than what I was, Like I used to be in the shower, just, washing my leg. I used to see this big, thick, juicy thigh. And it scared me. So instead of healing, you know what I did? I decided to just stop taking showers. So I didn't take a shower for about that whole 30 days. Because it scared me. It scared me that my mind was like, it was like flashes. It was like I would see myself skinny, but then that same moment I would see myself this fat, chunky black girl that no one would like, But my mom was never supposed to notice. I'm realizing that now. I made myself have this eating disorder thinking that it would make her notice me, but all it did was make her not notice me, And the only reason that I'm sitting here now, it's because of my dad. Because he always told me, like, you're looking real sick. Maybe it's the weed you're smoking. Like, stop smoking the weed. Eat, baby, eat. You look small. But then in my mind, it was just like, this is how they like me. This is what they like. Nobody likes me when, I don't know what my mind was trying to do to me. But I got through that because of my dad. His constant just knowing that that wasn't me. Knowing that that's not what I look like. Like he saw it. And he lives in Chicago, so like we used to just talk on the phone and just have conversations like that. But it was like my cheeks, like we're so sunken in. couldn't gain weight, couldn't eat anything, couldn't do anything. And at that moment in my life, I thought God was trying to kill me. Honestly, like, I was doing the work, I was doing the work, I was doing the work, but I couldn't see myself the way he needed me to see me. And that was the thing. It was like, it was just all these things, all these steps, all these things just to open my eyes. Took me a lot longer than I wanted it to, but you know, it was just, I wanted to be seen. I wanted to be liked so bad. And all that made me do as an adult is have a problem that I didn't even realize was a problem because I was so used to it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know why my mind did that to me, you know? But that's just it. All this thing is just like all coming out now, you know? Just saying the words is just so powerful. The video came as soon as like yesterday when I was on the phone with my dad, and I just knew what I had to say. I had to say the words. The first person I ever told about this was my friend Andrew. And I just told him, you know, like, I think I have a problem. Like, it's like, it was me and me, right? And now on my one side of my brain, it was telling me, you know, you're getting fat. You have to do this. And on the other side of my brain, you know, it's like my dad's voice was just like, you look sick. This isn't healthy. This isn't normal. And the process was hard. But no one knows that. No one knows that. My mom, if my mom knows that, like, she knows it, but like, she doesn't believe that it could be me that had the problem. And I had this problem from the time I was 13 till I was 27 years old. I'm 27 now, so it got bad. It got real bad for me. And I accepted that for what it is. And it's always still in me, you know, that me. That struggle is always mine. I just have to not listen to my voice in my head sometimes, that bad voice, because that voice is trying to kill me. In that moment in my life, I'm not talking about now, like, that voice was trying to kill me. But God was also trying to show me what I was doing to myself. And he knew the only way that I would be able to see it is if somebody else saw it and told me. Someone I loved, you know. I missed out on time with my father. And I was telling him yesterday, like, honestly, I didn't really tell him the extent of it, but after, like, we got off the phone, I realized that if I would have been with my father like I wanted, I would have had a great life. A great life. Couldn't have a great life because then I would just have a great story. And that would have been okay. I would have known how to manage money. I would have known how to do all the things that I don't know how to do. But I had to go through all those things so I could help his people, you know? It's really, this is really just an eye-opening experience for me. Saying the words, saying the words. That's how he told me I heal, just say the words, let it out. And I told him, like, Lord, I am doing that. We be talking. And he says, Angel, you know that's not what I mean. Some people will never believe in me unless you tell your story. Some people will never see me until you open your mouth and say the words. For so long, I was just embarrassed and ashamed of that because, for one, I thought I had control over it, so I didn't think people noticed. But at the same time, I wanted people to notice so they could so I could prove to myself that they cared about me. It's just been a lot of videos, man. A lot of videos have been coming. Just doing it, just saying it, accepting it, so I can really be free of it. And like I said the words to Andrew, I was healed that day. I'm saying the words to you, so now I'm really healed. And I had to do this now because I start my period in a couple of days. I know that's TMI, but that's when I do it, because it just makes sense. So from the time I was 13 to 27 years old, on my periods, I used to just tell myself that I was sick. You know, I was in so much pain that I had to do something about it. In actuality, that wasn't true. It was my mind's way of making sense of what I was doing to myself, because I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong. I just didn't know how to care for myself, for anything, for that matter. But I'm just so glad I get to have my father in this part of my life, you know, where I'm the woman that God wants me to be, and doing what God wants me to do so I can change the world. I was talking to my dad yesterday, y'all, and I was telling him, hey, Dad, I'm going to be the next MLK. He's like, a woman? I would love to see that. Like, you will, Dad. I have your last name. I have to make the Simmons family great. I have to heal not only me, but I have to know that I'm doing this for my family too, my friends too. My dad watches my video. Hey, Daddy. You ain't told. My dad watches my videos, and I have just been so focused on hating my mom because of all the things she did, like, my whole life. Any man that ever loved me more than they loved her, she took away from me. And any man that hated me as much as she believed she hated us, he stayed. She stayed for a very, very, very long time. And she always had this mindset where it was like, I ain't got no man coming in my room, going to your room, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't understand that as a child. Like, why would a man come from your room and come to my room? It's not your men that you had to worry about. It was their brothers, our cousins, weirdos like that she just kept us around for years, trying to hurt us, in a sense, the way someone hurt her. And I'm not judging, I'm just relating and understanding. Like, I know how hard it is for her. I know how hard life was for her now, because I realize that I'm really chosen. And if my demons and my battles were hard, then my mother's were twice as hard. Because, or is it multiplication? I don't really know what's twice as hard. But anyway, multiplication, to get her, she was going through it. And she's still going through it. And it's just like, looking at both my parents, I'm nothing like my mother, but I'm everything like her at the same time. And then getting to know my father now, it's like I'm everything like him. Everything, like from being around people and like weird energies, all that shit. Like, I'm just like my dad. I didn't even know that until yesterday. I don't like really leaving my house because it's just like, I'm just comfortable being in my own space, you know? Like, this is just comfortable for me. But if I do this, just stay in my bubble, I miss out on the blessing of what God's trying to do in my life. Like, I already have the business. I already know how to sell the business to my investors. Like, I know what to say, because God's telling me what people need. And I'm just, one day at a time, one step at a time. This is a process. This is new for me. Just saying the words, so I can really do this. So I can really let go of it. Like, it's been holding me down for a very long time. all these secrets. You know that saying, what's done in the dark comes to the light? That's real. I did a lot of things in the dark that has to come to the light now. That's what that saying means. It's like you do things prior to God. Once you find the light, you realize that all that dark, all that dark is draining me. So the only way to find that light is to let it out. Say the words. I truly don't know who I'm gonna heal. This video was very hard for me. But I can't cry anymore, man. Like, I want to cry, of course, because it's just like, it's embarrassing. And, you know, I wanted love so bad that I self-inflicted myself with an eating disorder that I thought I had control over. But in actuality, I didn't have any control over it. It was so much bigger than me. And God took it. But I just want y'all to understand, it wasn't like when he touched me, I was healed. And believe me when I say that I was healed. But he had to change my mind. This thing is big. It's big, big, big. And whatever I do, my dad's gonna be my co-CEO. I told him yesterday, my money manager. Like, that man, his brain is just so beautiful. And in understanding him, I'm really understanding myself. I'm my dad's little boy, and I believed that for 27 years, honestly. Like, but then, you know, I had a different dad that treated me different. But I treated him different because he wasn't my dad and he didn't understand me. He had a daughter. And she was all light and pretty, and I'm talking about lighter skin than me. Like, she was light, her hair was long. She has a perfect family, like a husband and 2 kids, and they're so perfect. And I didn't know that. I didn't know how to be that. I didn't know how to call this woman my sister, and she's perfect. From my eyes. Like, I know now that she's probably not perfect. She's probably going through the same stuff that I'm going through now, but I believe my sister was perfect. And I didn't think that my papa could really love me because I wasn't her. Couldn't be her. I didn't know how to smile, how she smiled. I don't know anything about having no husband. I ain't never seen that. Women in my family, they do not have husbands. They got baby daddies on top of baby daddies on top of baby daddies. So you know what I had when I grew up? Baby daddies on top of baby daddies, and then I was done. But not really, you know. Literally, growing up, I was just a product of my environment. But I had to go through all that hell. All those battles. All that trauma, pain. So I can become this one. A moment of silence. Because that's the video. And I gotta upload it before I can go to work. A moment of silence, and we're starting now. Bye guys, until my next video.